I'm Jamie, and welcome to What's Happening in Space for the 1st of June 2026. Amazon has expanded its growing LEO satellite network with the successful launch of 29 new satellites aboard a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket. The mission lifted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida on May 29, 2026, making another important milestone in the company's effort to provide high-speed internet services from space. The flight was the 12th launch of the Amazon LEO satellites, continuing the rapid deployment of the constellation as Amazon works towards its goal of providing global broadband coverage. The Atlas V rocket is operated by United Launch Alliance, commonly known as ULA, a launch company jointly owned by Boeing and Lockheed Martin. Formed in 2006, ULA has become one of the world's most reliable launch providers and has carried everything from national security payloads to planetary science missions. The Atlas V carried the satellites into low Earth orbit, where they were successfully deployed less than an hour after launch. The new satellites join more than 300 others already operating as part of Amazon LEO, the company's broadband constellation designed to deliver internet access to communities that are difficult to reach with traditional ground-based infrastructure. The launch comes as Amazon continues to rapidly build its own network. The company plans to eventually deploy around 3,200 satellites, creating a global communication system capable of servicing customers across much of the world and competing directly with SpaceX's Starlink network. The mission was particularly significant because it took place just a day after Blue Origin suffered a major setback with its New Glenn rocket. During a ground test at Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral, the rocket experienced a catastrophic explosion while engineers were preparing for a hot fire test of the vehicle's 7 BE-4 engines. A large fireball engulfed the launch stand, sending debris across the test area and causing extensive damage to ground infrastructure. Fortunately, personnel had been cleared from the area before the test began and no injuries were reported. Investigators are now working to determine the exact cause of the failure, but the incident is expected to delay Blue Origin's launch schedule as repairs are carried out and the company reviews its testing procedures. The setback is particularly significant because New Glenn had been selected to launch a number of future Amazon LEO missions, raising questions about whether some of these flights may need to be reassigned to other launch providers. Although Starlink still maintains a substantial lead, with roughly 10,500 satellites in orbit, Amazon is steadily increasing the size of its own network. Each successful launch brings the company closer to offering large-scale commercial service and becoming a major competitor in the rapidly expanding satellite internet market. For Amazon, the launch of these 29 satellites represents more than just another mission. Riding to orbit aboard a rocket operated by Boeing and Lockheed Martin-backed United Launch Alliance, the satellites are another step towards building a global communications network capable of connecting millions of people no matter how remote their location may be. However, the rapid growth of satellite constellations is also creating growing concerns amongst astronomers. Networks such as Amazon LEO and Starlink are filling low Earth orbit with thousands of bright satellites that can leave streaks across long exposure images taken by telescopes on the ground. Professional observatories studying distant galaxies, asteroids and other faint objects are increasingly having to contend with satellite trails crossing their observations, while amateur astronomers often find their astronomy sessions disrupted by passing satellites. As more companies launch even larger constellations, scientists warn that preserving humanity's view of the night sky may become one of the biggest challenges facing astronomy in the decades ahead. And as an amateur astronomer and astrophotographer myself, I can testify to how bad the night sky is getting. It really is nearly impossible now to take an image at all without, many satellite trails going through every image you have. The only reason astrophotography is still a viable hobby is because stacking software is able to remove the satellite trails. But with each trail removed, you lose a little bit of data, so it will eventually get to where it's just impossible to take images. And that will be a very sad day indeed. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please feel free to leave any comments in the section below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.